Okay, now instead of defining something as a string, you can use an array of character for that. So for example, when we used string before, we had to add include string here. So I just put that up there. And let's say we have string name, and the name is John L. Johnson. I don't know. So if you want to use a string of character instead of an array of character in place of a string, we can use that by going the same thing as we did with array. Let me create another one. We can say tab here. Let me just line them up. CHAR. We'll call it name2. And that's an array. And I think I counted that. Let's see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count the space. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it has to be 16. Because when you have strings and you store the string there, the last location is always /0, which means the null. So I can go through that. I can assign the value directly to it, but that'll be a pain here to do that. Because if you want to assign the value, just to show you, if you want to write John alone, you have to write J, comma, O, H, N, then the space, /0. I forgot to put one before that, single quotation before that. So you can see, just to write the name John, like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. I gotta do all that. Well, I'm not gonna do that. I'll block that. It works, but I'll block it. I can do that by going character name2 is 16 characters, an array of 16 characters, and let it have the name John L. Johnson. The question, does the machine treat both of these names the same? Well, we can check and see. When you try to compare strings in C++, you have to use the string compare. There's a built-in function called strCompare. And if you just use string here, I can write, if I want to compare them, I can say int, because it gives you an integer value, int, not ont, int answer equals compare name dot compare to name2. So here, if name is less than name2, you have a value less than 0. If name equals name2, you have a value of 0. If name is bigger than name2, you have a value of bigger than 0. So less than 0, 0, bigger than 0. If it's less, it's negative value. If it's more, it's positive. And if they are equal, you get a 0. So if I do cout here, answer, I should see a value of 0 if they are the same. So let me save it and let me run it. And there's my 0. You can see it. And let's say now John here, I missed the O there when I wrote that. Let's save it and run it. Notice a negative number. We said if it's less than 0, it's going to be if it's going to be less than, it's going to be a negative value, any negative number. So name is actually less than, H comes before the O. So it's less than. So that's why you have a negative number. If you made that by mistake X, that number should be a positive number. Yep, you get +9. So any positive number will be greater than 0, less than 0, or 0 when they are equal. Now that should be a 0. There's also a built-in function called strcmp, which does the string compare. I don't think this package actually uses that, but normally if you want to compare strings, you can repeat this statement. I don't think it's going to work. I already did int answer, so I'll go answer equals, and that's strcmp, but I think this Xcode program, I don't know if it knows that or not, because it's giving me an answer here. Unless it gives me a double value, so I'll double check that. But you put name 1, comma, name 2. It does the same thing. It compares the two strings. So, but maybe it does, I'll call it answer 2. Let's see, maybe it's not an integer value. Maybe it is double. Let's see if it's a double. Oh, capital N here. Name, there's no name 1. Name and name 2. Ooh. Ew. Ew. So it doesn't know no matching function. It doesn't know what strcmp. Most C++ have that strcmp, which stands for string compare, just like this one. But the format for it, if you're using, for example, C++ for Windows, you can use that and write it in this way. Maybe it's Boolean, but true, false. Nope, it just doesn't know strcmp. It's closed. It doesn't know what that is. I'll leave it there just for anyone using it for Windows or a different C++ program. strcmp is another one. So notice that the machine treats an array of character the same as a string. There is also str string copy, strcpy string copy, copy one string to another one, and I'm not sure if this package has it or not. The format for that, if you want to add like a string to another one, you can add name 1 to name 2. The only thing you have to remember when you're copying a file, like if you want to copy what's in string 2 to string 1, the format is str. Again, I bet you it's going to tell me no. strcpy, that's string copy. Name 2, which means copy what's in name 2 to name. If you decide, now it doesn't know what that is, and if you decide to use that, make sure that this location is large enough to hold that one. So that's another one. It's called string copy. But it's not the Xcode, it's not recognizing them. It's just something to remember. Make sure you include C string or include string up on the top for these to work. If you don't include them, I try both just in case this package I said. You can input a string there. So for example, if you want to read a name there, if you define this as character, and now you want to read that, let me just define another one. Character, str for string, and make it size, I don't know, 30 or 35, I don't know, big one. And if you're going to read that, a good way to read that is to use the cn.get. And we tell them to put the value in something called str in the string. And this number or this string can be up to 35 characters. That will allow you to read up to 35 characters. So let me put cout, enter up to 35 characters, cout, enter up to 35 characters. If you type in less than 35, that's fine. Cout, enter up to 35 characters. And let's get that one. Oh, cout. I gotta take a break. I'm getting tired now. Cout, after you read that, and L. And that should actually read it. If you want to show that file, let's print it. Cout str and L. Let's see. Save. Here's the 0, which tells me they're matching. I should put enter up to 35 characters. Z Haddad. And there's Z Haddad printed. /n to go to the next line. So what happens if I type in more than 35 characters now? Let's say I type in hello there. My name is Z Haddad and I have been teaching at STCC for the past 37 years. And I hit enter and I said print that. My name is Z Haddad. It went up to 35 characters. Oh, you're done. Hello there. My name is Z Haddad. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. What happened to the 35th? Remember, the last one is always /0. So that's why you're only seeing that. So if you type in more than that, you're only going to see 34 characters. The 35th character in this case will be /0. If you want to type all that stuff, where is it? Do I still have it? Let me copy that so I don't have to write it. You can do one of two things. You can make this size 100. Save it, run it, and now it can hold up to 100 characters. Command V. There's my string. Instead of get, also you can use get line. And let's run it to make sure it's working. And there is my answer. So what's the difference between get and get line? Get line here, when you hit enter, if enter, when you hit enter, the new line is actually at location, let's say 60, then the /0 will be placed in location 60, where the get, actually the /0 is pasted at the end there. We'll fill the rest of them with /0, /0, /0. So that's just a small difference between them. So this one actually says we can read up to 99 characters or until the new line character, till you hit new line, till they see the new line. And the null character, which is /0, will be automatically appended as the last character of the text line. So the new line becomes the /0. Okay, I think that's good with